Welcome to Watch Symposium. I'm Austin, and let's talk about the Rolex sweet spot for me. Okay, so this is an idea that Archie Luxury has made some videos about, and for him, the sweet spot seems to be mid-90s Rolexes. And for me, I have a more narrow sweet spot. Now, that's not to say that watches that fall outside of this sweet spot aren't awesome and that I wouldn't buy them, because I would and I have. But for me, this is sort of Rolexes that fall in this area are for me perfect. Okay, and this Explorer 2 is one of those watches. This is a Y. Okay, Y serial number, K serial number watches. They're both great because they have these sort of three requirements for this being in this sweet spot area. Okay, and the first is Luminova dial. Okay, now I know I have a tritium no date sub, and I wanted a tritium dial sub, and I like it, but one's enough. One's enough. Okay, so I like the fact that this glows. Okay. Do I use the glowy bits a lot? Do I use it in the dark often? Sometimes, not a lot, but the main reason is because if something happens to the hands or some parts need replacing, it's going to get Luminova parts, okay? So I'm not going to ever have to worry about mismatched hands and dials, okay? That's a concern I have with the no-date sub, and it's just something I don't want to have to worry about anymore. So, tritium dial, one watch is enough for me, going forward. Luminova. Okay, so Luminova is important for me. Another thing, Hole's case. Okay, and let's just talk about whether these are, how important these qualities are in the watch. Okay, on here on out, Luminova, yeah, that's required as a deal breaker. I don't want another tritium watch. Okay, one is enough. Deal breaker, if I see a tritium dialed watch, not interested. Okay, Hole's case, it's a requirement. It's a deal breaker if it doesn't have one. Okay, I like to be able to change the strap easily, and I just I like the vintage look of the Hole's case, and I don't want to ever have to dig around with one of those Bergeon tools down in here and scratch things up. Okay, it just makes my life easier. So that's an important thing, and it's a deal breaker if it's not a Hole's case for me. All right, and then number 3 is, it's not a deal breaker, but this is sort of a bonus if the watch can have this, and that's solid inlinks. Okay, so solid inlinks are always good. Is it a deal breaker? No, it's not. But if I have, say, an A serial number where it's got the Luminova Hole's case and hollow inlinks, and then I've got a Y which has solid inlinks, Luminova, and Hole's case, I'd probably gravitate towards the Y. Okay. But if you get a great deal on an A, that's where I'd go. Okay, so it's not a deal breaker, but it's like, if you have your druthers, as my grandmother would say, then I would go for solid inlinks. Okay, so that for me is the Rolex sweet spot going forward, and that pretty much takes all current Rolexes, being sold new, off the market for me, off the table. And will I ever, can I relax this Hole's case requirement? Yeah, I guess I could, but there's vintage out there, and why pay more for something you like less? So that's the way I feel about it. So that for me is my Rolex sweet spot. Okay, take care. Thanks for watching. See you next time.